What's up everybody, Tony here, and welcome back to the next episode of TTBurger Game Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about another PS3 game, and this game was first released on the Xbox 360 and PC, and was ported to the PS3 about a year later. Now before I talk about this game, let's go back in time to the year 1993 when the game Zombies Ate My Neighbors by Konami was released on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. It was pretty much a cheesy, like a horror, like Halloween themed game where you were involved you killing monsters and stuff to save your neighbors, stuff that you got points and stuff. It was a simple game, and Konami did a great job with it. No matter which version you got, Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis, you were in for a treat. Now you're probably wondering, why are you talking about this game? Well, for today's episode, I will be looking at a game that pretty much shares many similarities to Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and it's kind of like a spin-off to the game stuff in my opinion. And this game was made by South Peak Games, and that game is Monster Madness Grave Danger on the PlayStation 3, and on the 360 it was called Monster Madness Battle of Suburbia. Now, I first learned about this game while watching the review on GameSpot, and they gave it a 5 out of 10, but looking at the game did not seem that bad. And so I went to go watch Armake21's context-sensitive video of Monster Madness Battle for Suburbia, and who's now under the name Waste of Time, and seeing how the game was and seeing how the game was actually enjoyable and fun, I had to pick it up. And when I saw it, it's a good game. But there are some technical problems with it here and there that kind of prevent the game from getting a higher score and all, but we'll talk about that as time goes on. Now, when we get started here, you have a total of 4 characters to choose from. You can play as Zach the Geek, Carrie the Gothic Girl, Andy the Jock, and Jennifer the Cheerleader. I'm going to play as Jennifer the Cheerleader. And then the game starts off and we start up to the story, which is introduced like this comic book-like cutscenes where it pretty much starts off with Zach, who's pretty much the main protagonist, and is wanting to tell Carrie that his feelings of her and stuff like that, and then he hears a knock at the door, and that it's Andy who wants to skateboard, and then Jennifer comes in and wanting her biology homework from Zach and stuff like that and such, and basically they just hang out there, and then zombies enter, and then Suburbia is just pretty much infested by this monster madness and stuff, and that's pretty much the story. It's a very hokey story, not meant to be taken seriously at all, and a lot of people bitched that the storyline was crap and stuff like that and stuff, but to be honest with you all, it's meant to be hokey on purpose. The game is meant to be hokey, and it's meant to be not taken seriously. It's a funny game, and to be honest with you, South Peak Games did a great job with it, and you know, I wish there were more games like this in this style and stuff. It's not meant to be taken seriously, it's just mindless fun. And for graphics here, we'll talk about the gameplay a little later on. Graphics here, a lot of people bitch about the graphics and how they look all cartoony and stuff like that, and look kind of outdated for a PS3 game and stuff like that. The graphics for the most part look fine. I mean, it's meant to look 3D cartoony on purpose and stuff. It's supposed to be an homage to like Zombies Ate My Neighbors and classic monster games like this and stuff. It's meant to be this way. But the problem is people don't like that and stuff. And for most part, the graphics are great. Like the character models look nice, the water looks fantastic, and the background are nice and colorful too, and the lighting is nice and crisp. There is one problem I have with it though, and that is that like the frame rate bogs down at times, and like it doesn't happen to like later in the game, but there are quite a bit of frame rate issues here and there where like it's like you can see the game like skipping when you're just moving around when there's nothing going on and stuff like that. So this game was not really polished completely too and stuff. So that's just saying, it's kind of an annoyance there. And like for sound is awesome. I didn't really pay too much attention to the music, but the hokey voice acting that's done on purpose fits the game really well. It's supposed to be hokey, it's supposed to be cheesy, and it works well. I mean, sure, like some of the voice actors sound like they're hamming it up a little bit too much, but it's okay. It's a game that's not meant to be taken seriously, with a hokey storyline not meant to be taken seriously. It's supposed to be funny, and you know what? It's funny. And sure, I mean, like it's just supposed to be an homage to Zombies Ate My Neighbors and some of those classic monster movies, stuff like that are supposed to be funny and stuff like that. That's pretty much what they are. But people don't like it because they want top-notch voice acting and stuff like that. Stuff like Call of Duty voice acting and stuff and blah blah blah, Resident Evil voice acting. This game is trying to be its own thing, and people are bashing it non-stop. I'll never understand why. Anyway, now let's get into the meat of the game, the meat of the review, the gameplay. And the gameplay, it's basically simple. It's simple kill all the monsters and stuff like that, and just, it's pretty much simple, mindless fun. You pretty much start off with a melee weapon, and then you meet Larry Tools, who gives you these weapons like this pipe shotgun, this glue gun, and stuff like that and such. I mean, a lot of hokey weapons, and they're a lot of fun to use and stuff. As you can see here in the gameplay, that I am pretty much, you pretty much see that I pretty much got most of the weapons already. It's because I beat the game once before, I didn't want to start over from scratch again, so I'm continuing after I beat the game the first time and stuff like that. And this game is actually pretty long. It's actually like you pretty much beat this game like 7 or 8 hours to that if you want to look for secrets and stuff too, like and such. And to get your weapons, to get more weapons from Larry Tools, you gotta find monster tokens which pretty much are like money and stuff like that in this game. And you must also like find screws, nuts, and nails and bolts and stuff like that or whatever to like put the weapons together. And most of the weapons have like 3 levels to make them more powerful, and you can also upgrade your speed, your melee attacks and stuff, and you can just get more ammo and stuff too. It'll pretty much keep you busy for a while, and it's gonna want you collecting all the weapons and stuff. I mean, a lot of people complain that there's no online play, but I don't play online. I don't give a shit about online play. Now, the gameplay, there's 18 levels, and it'll take you to like the neighborhood, a mall, the cemetery, caves and stuff like that and such, castles, stuff, and there's a big variety in the levels. And there's 18 levels, and they're not short either. They're actually some of them are actually lengthy and stuff. And that's pretty cool right there. And you can also play up to 4 players too, which even brings even more fun here. Me and my buddy JJ Brother 88 were actually playing this game at his house on the other day, and I mean, it was his first time ever playing the game because I told him I was going to be reviewing this game next, and I wanted him to see the game I was going to be reviewing, and he enjoyed the game too. So JJ Brother 88, hope you're doing well, and hope your girlfriend RH Nurse Girl 45 is doing well too. You guys are the best, and hope you guys are doing well. But however, there are some problems with the game. This game has some annoying bugs here that are worth talking about, and this is why the game is not gonna get a super high score. It's gonna get a good score, but not like a 9 or anything like that. And that is, there are a lot of bugs here that will pretty much, you'll get stuck in invisible walls. There's some bugs where you'll die unexpectedly somehow. And the fact of the matter is that there are times where I got stuck in the small building where I just had to keep jumping around and try and get down. This game was not really polished properly to get rid of a lot of the bugs. There hasn't really been any updates for the game either. So if there's one thing I can agree with the reviewers on, it's some of these bugs here that make the game not run really well. But I will be taking some points off it though, because they are annoying. These should have been polished out. I mean, there's no finished game should have bugs where you get stuck in invisible walls, and have you get stuck where you have to jump around and try and find where to go to get out of that part and stuff like that. But still, I mean, they're not game killers, but still they're frustrating bugs and stuff. And aside from the adventure mode, you can also have a versus mode, and you have a bunch of minions too. You can unlock extra costumes. And in this game, I tried to I unlocked most of the costumes for Jennifer, except for a couple of them, which you had to beat the very hard mode and get an S ranking on every single stage and stuff. I forgot to mention, depending on how many monsters you kill or how many times you die, or if you get your melee weapons like that, it counts as a rating at the end, like S, A, B, C, D, and at the beginning you start with F. So yeah, it's just a mindless fun game. If you even by yourself, it's fun. I mean, even by yourself it's fun, with 2 people it's fun, with 3 people and up to 4 people it's a lot of fun. I mean, you will like this game. Don't listen to what the critics say, because there is a lot more and more you can do in this game too. And I forgot to mention another thing too. You also pick up weapons that are on the ground in the environment too. You can pick up a chainsaw, a saw, you can throw chairs and stuff like that. You have a lot of arsenal weapons too. This game also kind of reminds you of Diablo at times as well, because the way the camera situated stuff like that, and the way the combat is set up, the way the gameplay is set up too. This game definitely reminds me of Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Diablo at the same time. And I do own the original Diablo on the PS1, so maybe there'll be a review of that in the future. I'm not sure, but you'll have to see. But aside from that, though, there isn't much else to say. This game is fun. It's a hokey fun game for people who actually appreciate games like this and aren't expecting games like to be like Call of Duty or Need for Speed or stuff all the time, because gamers like that need to get their heads out of their ass and actually appreciate games like this, because games like this are awesome. And you know what? It's a shame that the websites like GameSpot and IGN were giving this game 4 and 5s across the board. And are you kidding me? 4s and 5s just because you don't like the hokey voice acting or the hokey gameplay and stuff like that. Not every game is a first-person shooter or a third-person action game like Gears of War and stuff like that. Realize this, people, because there's something that video games have called variety and originality. Something that modern gamers don't seem to understand, because pretty much all they care about are pretty much Call of Duty, first-person shooters, and stuff like Need for Speed and Gears of War and stuff like that. And just because of that, games like this get shunned because they're not like they're not like games they like and stuff like that. Well, let me tell you, real gamers like me enjoy these type of games, because you wanna know why? It's different. It's fun. It's pretty much page and homage to like those classic hokey, scary movies and zombie debonaires and stuff like that. Which is pretty much like what the game falls into and stuff like that. It's a fun game, but people just don't seem to realize it, because they would have given it 4s and 5s across the board if that was the case. I mean, come on, people. This game deserves higher scores than that. And you know what? It's going to get a higher score from me. But because of those bugs and stuff like that, the glitches and bugs I talked about, I'm going to be knocking the points off here, but still going to get a pretty high score. Not a super high score, but a pretty high score. So, what's my final rating here? Do buy this game. I mean, it's on the 360 and the PC as well. I'm not sure what those versions are like, but the PS3 version, for what I can tell you, is awesome. It's a lot of fun. Aside from those bugs like that, it's a good game. But like, I will be taking some points off of it. So, my rating will be a 7.5 out of 10. It's still an awesome game though. Still pick it up. I mean, 7.5 is still a pretty high score and stuff like that. So, definitely pick it up. That's pretty much all I gotta say. Peace out, everybody, and stay tuned, because there's a lot more on the way.